boundaries aren't me waiting for you to be different. It's an agreement I have with myself. And if I'm not being met where I feel it's right, then I'm going to make a change. Welcome to Your Mom and Up, the podcast for moms who love their kids but miss themselves a little too.
We're Shawna and Cara, two moms, two lifestyles, one mission. To help you stop guessing, start growing, and reclaim your sense of self without the guilt.
This isn't a parenting podcast. It's a place to explore who you are now and who you are still becoming.
Because confidence is a practice, not a destination, and you don't have to do it alone.
Woo! Episode 14. Lucky 14.
Setting boundaries without burning bridges.
Awkward.
Very awkward. This is an awkward one.
Oh, and newsflash, something I'm not perfect at. I'm working on. How about you?
I'm terrible at setting boundaries. I feel like I'm good though with my husband. He knows me pretty well.
So that's okay. Well, let's get into it. You ready to get into it?
Yeah.
Boundaries are hard. I've learned a lot about boundaries very specifically over the last few years with my therapist. It's helped a lot. We're still working on it. But boundaries are hard. It's interesting to me that you say that you feel confident about it with your husband, probably because you feel confident about how he feels about you. Does that feel true?
Yeah. Amen.
Word. But
Word to
I
my
feel
mother.
like for me, when I started learning about boundaries, I thought that boundaries meant that you were going to have this big blow up fight, no,
Yes.
respect my authority, whatever, and this big argument, and that standing up for yourself meant that you were going to be this edgy kind of prickly bear kind of don't talk to me like that, Jack, kind of person.
Oh, 100%.
And the reality, and it feels like that. If you don't have boundaries and you start actually implementing real ones, it feels like you're having a big dramatic fight, and really you're just saying don't do that.
Yeah, please. I don't like that.
I think for me, the thing that really I try and hold on to, that I have to remind myself and that resonates with me, is that boundaries aren't me waiting for you to be different. It's an agreement I have with myself. And if I'm not being met where I feel it's right, then I'm going to make a change. So you don't have to change. I'm going to step away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that feels easier to implement than hey, guy, don't talk to me like that, all of that stuff. Although I will say I've had to I had this whole situation in my work life where I had to kind of stand for myself. And it was honestly the scariest thing that's ever happened to me, because I thought, okay, well, I'm going to say out loud that I think I'm more valuable than how I'm being treated. And if they disagree with me and I lose my job by extension, this is going to be it. My whole everything is over, and I don't know what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do
job.
Right? And my mortgage is never going to get paid. I'm going to go downhill real quick and everything. Then I'm going to have to pump gas for a living and blah, blah, blah. Ridiculous.
And sorry. No,
I was going to say, I had to be willing to let the other side go, to say no, I'm willing to walk away. And ultimately, I'm fortunate enough that I have really a great boss who met me halfway and talked to me about it. And, we renegotiated what an appropriate working relationship would be. And I felt great about it. Yeah, it was terrifying, but it really could have gone the other way. And I had to be willing to say, okay, well, this isn't good enough for me. And I appreciate everything you've done for me, but it's time for me to mosey,
Yeah.
So
Those conversations.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to, but that experience of doing it for the first time, I think regardless of how it worked out, was terrifying, and it was also empowering because like I had that awkward conversation. I stood for myself. I decided for myself what my standard was and how I was going to keep that standard for myself. And like the world didn't end. That was the
Mhm.
news flash, you know, because it felt like it was going to for sure.
Yeah. And mama at home, mama's at home. Maybe you are feeling the same way where you're saying yes to play dates when you need to be saying no, or maybe
Mm.
you're the sister of Cara and you've agreed to coming to family dinners every Sunday so she could treat. No, I'm kidding. But
But are you?
seriously, I'm planning using my sister for future babysitting. But
But
honest,
I think it's so powerful to just be like, I don't know, we say it all the time, but how
mhm.
do we want our girls to be in the world?
Yeah, and you don't wanna be, like, constantly worried about displeasing someone to the point where you're disappearing, right? Or
Uh,
wearing yourself thin.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
100% real. I don't
Mhm,
know. And I think that the people that you're meant to like grow with and be around,
mhm,
encourage your growth,
mhm.
but they're not exhausting to be around. It's not like you're always putting on a mask, always putting on a, you
Yeah,
know, version of yourself. And
yeah,
it's not easy necessarily to find it. Adulthood relationships are hard. We talked about that
yeah,
earlier. But I don't know. It's powerful to understand boundaries. Brené Brown, who I bring up often because I
yeah.
obviously read
I
all of
love
her
it.
books.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said that her research shows that the most compassionate people are the
Mm,
most boundaried people. And the reason for that is if you
mm,
don't have boundaries and you're being kind to someone outside of your boundary, there is this like
yeah.
resentment for them and this like, you know. And so in order to stand in integrity, there has to be a boundary.
Yeah,
It's
and
not
boundaries
easy.
aren't walls, they're bridges to protect your peace, right?
Mm.
That's what I'm trying to tell myself because 'cause I'm definitely not an expert at this by no means, but we're working on it, right?
Yeah. Where do you feel like in your life you struggle with boundaries? How
Well,
long has it been going?
I'm really good at it with Lo, like, she knows what to do and what not to do, and I'll take so away, but I feel like anyone that's not my husband or my daughter, like, people that
Mm,
I don't know me as well maybe, but at the same time, I feel like I can tell you stuff too, like
yeah.
yeah, yeah, maybe, you know what? Friends,
You struggle
friends,
with the friends boundaries?
yeah, and yeah, friends or family that I don't know really well.
E True
Yeah.
Hollywood, I had to throw a boundary with a friend one time recently,
Oh boy.
and it was hard, but it was actually also so powerful.
Mm,
They had said something offside, like just
mhm,
offside, and it was out of
mhm,
character.
mhm,
Ultimately, they didn't mean to what
yeah,
like it was like a talk to text thing, and what they said and what they meant were two different things. And I know
yeah,
this person and they've been consistent enough that I believe that that's true, right?
yeah.
But initially, I was like, "What did you just say to me?" And I
Yeah.
like an older version of me would just like let that go and
Mm.
would just let it burn me internally, smiling through
For the
it
rest of your friendship?
the rest of my life. I'd be like talking to ChatGPT about it. But I thought, okay, you know, and here is the thing. There's two things. I'm confident that this person loves me and that I love them, but I'm also
Good.
confident that I've gotten myself to a place where I'm confident on my own. If that's the
That's
game, if I
amazing.
have to rock solo, then I'll do it. So I
Yeah,
said to them, I'm like, okay, I don't know that you mean what you've said right here, but I need to share with you that this was offensive and this is why, you know?
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
so
Good
crazy
for
because
you.
that,
I don't think I could
well,
ever see that.
it was the scariest that's ever gone down in my life. Because I was like, it's
You
so
seem so
scary.
brave, though.
I know, girl, I've got a real great front with people. I'm a really good actress. But I worry about what
Yeah.
people think too much.
Oh,
Like, I'm not 5
I
years
hear
deep
you.
with a therapist for no reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So But it was a powerful experience. One, because I said it,
Mm.
and then I worked through a grounding exercise to just kind of let it go because I also didn't want it to hijack my whole day. That's
Yeah,
actually the inspiration for the Mom Needs a Minute book, was
that's
that experience,
amazing. It has saved me a few times from my day being hijacked too.
right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like, regardless of how it worked out, and it worked out positively, it was
Mm-hmm.
so empowering to just say, you know what, that's not okay.
Yeah,
And it made me feel a little bit sad for the version of myself that never said that out
it would
loud
have
before
swallowed the whole.
and
Yes.
just let people say and do and like
Yeah,
all this stuff and just never say anything, you know? And there's places in my life where I'm still struggling with that. And there's places in my life where I'm sure I'm overstepping other people's boundaries. And, you know,
hmm,
I walk the world an imperfect human, but
me too.
it feels good to be working on it and to be trying,
Mm,
you know?
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And we don't owe people access to all of us, or all of you.
Hey mom, want to find time to do personal growth together? I do. We have opened a free group for accountability for ourselves and for people like us that want to find even just a little bit of time in our day to focus on our mind, our body, our smile, and our soul together as moms, looking to keep in touch with ourselves and set good examples for our kiddos. So if it sounds like something that might be of interest to you, especially if it sounds like you don't have time for personal growth or for focusing on things that are positive for you, this is 100% the place that you need to be. Just go to joinhearttostart.com and send a join request to the group, and we will see you there. Okay, joinhearttostart.com. Bye.
Welcome back, friends.
Welcome back. Episode
Little,
14.
you didn't even know you went anywhere. Let's just share a behind
Yeah,
the
we're going to
scenes
be in
moment.
different outfits.
Yeah. Behind the scenes moment. Cara and I were having a great conversation. And mid convo, my baby girl had a little meltdown there. So we're going to continue the conversation. We're talking about boundaries. I had just been sharing that I threw a boundary with a friend. Threw is a bad, it's not fair. I set a boundary with a
Mm,
friend, and it felt like the scariest thing I'd ever done. And it had been the inspiration for a resource that we've created called Mom Needs a Minute,
mm,
a really great ebook that you can check out by going to yourmomenough.com/stop.
yeah.
But to continue the conversation, I think what I'd like to say is if you're new to boundaries, it is definitely something to lean into, to grow into. It's not something that happens overnight, like learning how to have effective boundaries and learning how to understand what a boundary is not an overnight thing. It's taken me years, and I
Mm,
feel like I'm still just getting the hang of it. Um, and I don't know if this is your experience, Cara, but for me, when I have to place a boundary or like set a boundary for myself, I think what a lot of people don't understand is they think that it's going to feel like this big, empowering, like She-Ra moment. And it actually is really scary because for those of us that, you know, have people-pleasing tendency,
mm,
there's a lot of fear around like being abandoned because you've set a boundary from someone. And yeah, it, the memes are real. Like, have you ever seen those memes where it's like me feeling like I'm setting a boundary and it's like a lion, and then in the outside world, it's like a little kitten going meow. But on the inside, it feels like a
It feels
much
like this
bigger.
massive lion.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
totally agree.
So,
And I feel like the problem isn't our capacity, it's the constant pressure to prove it by being readily available. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And it's just too much. And I am working on saying no.
Well, it's
I'm not perfect.
such an interesting experience for me. Like, in my work life, have worked in customer support, customer sales, customer success for years, and that world, and really the world that we grew up in. So for those that don't know us in real life, maybe two of you that are listening, we grew up in a very touristy,
200,000. Sorry.
yeah, someday. We grew up in a really touristy town, and when you grow up in an environment like that, when the jobs that are available to you are even like in making people happy, doing stuff quick, making people happy. Yes, sir, I can, no problem. I can take care of that for you. Yes, like all of that also really like sets you up for challenges moving forward. But I think like for me anyways, especially as I've become a mom, it's become really important for me to model healthy boundaries, because not having them has gotten me into some hot water over the course of my lifetime. And I want to
I
make that
feel
better.
like anyone who like really loves you will still respect you even when you do set boundaries. I don't know if I've really ever set a boundary. I feel like I could set boundaries with my mom, and my aunt, your
I
mom.
think that so my experience is it really depends. If you are setting boundaries with someone who's benefiting from you not having any, that can be anyone, family, friends, anyone, then all of the sudden you can be labeled as being difficult. Why are you being so difficult? Why are you being so whatever? And it's a hard thing. Like, it's a hard thing to balance your need and want to like please people and your need and want to take care of yourself. So I hear you on that. I hope that people who love me would respect my boundary. My personal experience is that's not always been the case.
Yes. Yes.
But
And so in that case, you're not here to be liked. You're here to be you, whole, rooted, and I don't know.
and that doesn't have to be performative too. Like sometimes I feel like you see people talking about boundaries and the perception is, no, I'm like this like bad mama jamma. Like I am, is mama jamma inappropriate?
Mama
Anyway,
pajama. I think it's cool.
like I'm this bad,
Mama
like
pajama.
tough biker chick
Yeah.
lady and don't mess with me. That's not actually boundaries. That is performative. Boundaries, believe it or not, is if you do that, I'm going to remove myself from this situation. It doesn't even have to be drama. It doesn't have to be announced. It's just like, okay, this isn't good enough for me. Out. So, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think we solved any earth-shattering issues on this one, except to say that if you feel
Maybe.
a struggle with it, maybe we helped you. If you feel a struggle with this, you're normal.
And what would happen if you keep saying yes all the time?
Oh,
I
good
feel like
question.
as you get older as a mom, you're like, I don't give a. As I get older, I'm finding that I'm more like, I might not say, but I'll do my little,
So, do you know that maybe this is weird, but I'm doing this thing with my daughter. She doesn't talk yet, but she babbles, and I'm like pretending that we're disagreeing about something. So she'll say something, and I go, "Oh, bebop, bobop, boop," right? And she blah, 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 blah. And oh, bebop, bobop, boop, because I want her to feel like she can say,
Yeah.
whatever it is, she
Oh,
can
I
say it
love that.
for herself.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of goofy and funny at this point, but I can see her getting this little bit of confidence that's
Oh,
like, no, bebop, bobop, boop.
bebop, bobop, boop.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, you guys. That's a
Yeah.
great place to end it. Bebop, bobop, boop. Set some
Bebop,
boundaries.
bobop, boop.
Boop.
Yep. All right. Well, that's what we have for this episode.
Bebop, bobop, boop. Your mom and us.
Bebop, bobop, boop, friends. Oh, Cara, what are we talking about next week?
Next week, we are talking about when your partner is your safe place, how real support can help shape your identity in motherhood.
That's all about. I'm excited. Mom
Me
back.
too. Me too. Okay. We'll see you later, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love this combo? Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And share with a mom who needs to hear it.
And if you're craving a deeper connection, come find us in the Heart to Start group.
Because the real work of motherhood, it's becoming whole while you raise tiny humans.
And that's exactly what we're doing together.
Go to joinhearttostart.com and get in the group.
Hey, if this episode helped you reclaim one small boundary, share it with a mom who's been stretched too thin for too long.
If you loved this episode so much, please remember to give us a review and like and subscribe so you don't miss any further episodes. And come join us in our amazing Facebook group. You can find it by going to the website joinhearttostart.com. There we have little bite-sized snacks to help you work on your own motherhood identity. Things like your smile, your soul, and your mental and physical health. Did I nail those right, Shawna? No, I did not.
No, you didn't. But it's okay. That's okay. Body, what is it? Mind, body, soul, and smile.
Mind, body, soul, and smile.
Yeah. Amazing. And you know that thing where something happens in your day and you feel like you're about to snap your crayons? Well, we do too, but we have cracked the code. If you go to yourmomenough.com/stop and grab your copy of Mom Needs a Minute, What to Do When Big Feelings Hijack Your Day and You Still Have to Mom, you'll find all the resources that you need right there.
That's the best part. You still got a mom, you guys. All right. Speaking of momming,
Your mom enough.
toodles. Your
Bye.
mom enough. Bye, guys.